Hey bookaholics, welcome to another video. So today I'm doing the A book tag. This one was created by, I can't remember what her name was. I'll put the creator down below in the description box. I just cannot remember her name. And I wasn't tagged to do this, but I wanted to do something for Canada because I totally miss the Canada Day thing because I was really busy during that time and I just wasn't able to get anything out on July 1st. I just been kind of putting it off because I did miss it and I just didn't see the point, but then I found this A book tag and I was like, okay, now I have to do something and I want to do this. And it's just pretty much celebrating Canada's 150th birthday. So I'm really excited for this, so let's just get right into it. So the first question is, what is your connection to Canada? Well, for me, I'm a Canadian, so that is definitely my connection. So the next question is, talk about a book with a red cover. The one I'm going to talk about is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Now, I haven't read this one yet. I did watch the movie, so I know what all goes down. I know that a lot of information is not in the movie. Usually with book to movie adaptations, there are stuff left out, so I'm hoping there are some stuff that wasn't in the movie that is in here that I'll be able to take from it. If it's as good and as emotional as the movie, I will probably cry while I read this. The third question is, talk about a book with white on the cover. So the one I'm going to talk about is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This is my absolute favorite book this year, so it's so good, and if you haven't read it, definitely read it because it is definitely one that you have to read in 2017. It just has such a powerful message. The fourth question, maple syrup. So talk about a sugary sweet OTP. This 1-2 pair is so sweet. It gave me cavities, most likely. I love this couple so much. I just want to talk about them again. Lara Jean and Peter from To All the Boys I Loved Before series. They were my absolute favorite. They were so adorable. I loved how they got together. It was like they didn't really like each other and then they liked each other, and then I don't want to give spoilers. They're my OTP and they are just so sugary sweet. Number 5. Poutine, which a lot of people don't know about poutine. It's like Canada's own made fries that are just delicious. It's pretty much just fries, cheese curds, and gravy, and it is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted. I am so proud that that is Canadian. It's just so funny that some people have no idea what that is when they're missing the most deliciousness ever. If you ever come to Canada, have a poutine because you will want to stay just for that. So, talk about a guilty pleasure book or genre. Pretty much anything Nicholas Sparks. I know that Nicholas Sparks is a really, really popular author that a lot of people read, but I just feel like Nicholas Sparks isn't talked about much because it's definitely a adult romance kind of books and genre, so I think I'm just gonna have to go with Nicholas Sparks. Number 6, Canada's diversity. So talk about your favorite diverse read. It has to be one I just read recently, and that is, oh my god, what is it called? If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. Now this one was amazing. I loved it so very much. It had a lot of emotion in it and it was very educational. It was just so well written and well performed, and I will definitely have to buy this one eventually in physical form and read it that way and see if I like it better in physical form or if audiobook was good or if it's just good in general. So we'll see. But yeah, that is my favorite diverse read. Number 7, Lacrosse. An epic battle in a book. Well, I haven't read too many ones that have a battle in it, but the one that I would have to go with is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So this one, it has a kind of epic battle in it closer to the end. I won't actually talk about it because spoilers. Yeah, this one is definitely going to have to be the one I pick because the only other series I read was the Lunar Chronicles, and there's not much of a battle. It's mostly running away and maybe a couple battles, but not epic. And this one's not necessarily epic, but it's a lot more exciting than the ones in the Lunar Chronicles. Next question is 10 provinces. So talk about the 10th book you read this year. So let me just go to my Goodreads. The 10th book I read this year is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I'm so glad this was the 10th one because I just love talking about this one. This one was one of my favorite just cute kind of reads. It was so very adorable and I love it so much. It's one of my favorite just fun reads. I love it and I'm so happy this was the 10th book I read so I could talk about it. Number 9. 3 provinces. Talk about your top 3 books of all time. I did not prepare for this video, so I have to really think about this. So the first one, I already talked about it, but that's The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This one is probably going to be my number 1 for a long time because it just has such a great meaning and such a great plot, and it's not just about the shooting that happens, it's all about like having a voice and being able to speak your mind and what you feel, and I just really love that, and I just absolutely love this book, and it is such a good debut, and I'm just so excited for anything Angie Thomas comes out with next. This one is definitely part of my top 3 of all time. Next one I'm going to talk about is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Now, I've loved Cassandra Clare as an author for a very long time, but this was one of her best. I still love the Mortal Instruments series, my favorite series, but in general, just as books, this one is definitely her best, and I'm so excited to read her next one. I have it on my shelf, I just haven't read it. This was just such a good weaving of storyline and just everything together. It was just perfect, and I just love it so very much. Next one I'm gonna have to go with is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, because I read it at a time where I was in college, just like kind of starting out, and it really helped me during that time because it was just such a cute novel to read while you're getting into college and kind of getting the feel for it, and it was just such a good thing to read for me at that time because I felt sometimes isolated because I didn't really know too many people. It was nice to just read one who's kind of going through a similar situation of not knowing too many people and just kind of staying in her own little bubble. I really, really, really love this one. Number 10. Beaver. Tell us about an annoying but important character. Okay, I cannot think of who that would be. I'm only thinking of maybe Grover from the Percy Jackson series. Some people think that he's like not important, but there's some things that wouldn't have happened without Grover, so I think I'm gonna go with him because he did annoy me every once in a while. So yeah. One of the last questions is Colourful Money. Now, if you haven't actually seen Canadian Money before, it is quite colorful. The question for this one is the most colorful books you own. I'm gonna have to go with this one because it is very colorful, and that is The Strays by Emily Bitto. Okay, and then the last thing is just like, say A. So, A. That was awkward. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like that last little bit was super lame, but whatever. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Check my other social media accounts on my Facebook, Twitter, and Goodreads. I make a video every Thursday, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!